Why the noise over small Igbo village?
Ever since the alleged Igbo King in Ghana, His Royal Majesty, Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu, Oba and his son said, said the first interview, on a Blakk Rasta and a choir on 3FM under TV3 Media General, or choir the first interview ever. I must mean by not gonna put in air transit and run there. At least, and that you 3-4, any home come up. O man can't wait. Captain Smart, Emeka home. Honest and can't wait. At this moment, there was a Blakk Rasta. Fire. Blakk Rasta now, or no, now, a didn't get pay first interview. No. Blakk Rasta up there now. The double crowbusa. And the ending with the baby. We had the dinner. The never room. I Penyah broke media. Mess was any demo. Over I keep video. No, that will subscribers and other notification upon the updates. Now, but the wife of their mammy. Oh, comments. That's Master Baswa. No, she know for any be accurate. It is this money, Obekaya, in 2023, and go PMO, Blakk Rasta issues 3FM. What I say, Emma from then and there, he's been addressing him as a king. Emma even Chief Imam Kwano, Toman was around for him for not Chief Imam who Etias here. Captain Smart equity changing now. What I say, Igbo Queno, Quesueno, Igwe Captain Smart. What I say, but interestingly, all as a crown crow for and friendly king. Igbo for you more hen, but pay as well Igbo King. Ever Ghana. Emma and one of the next social media ID, you'll be a air transfer Captain Smart, Captain Cody Smart or Cody Chester, Ekobeka, and I think at TV3 and the Media General, and 7 Okobeka found, and one day, all the media houses, Omunize will be. Oh, Pian can hoshi. Oh, Pian can read and you may and a Blakk Rasta under TV3 or the submission. Abba, now Blakk Rasta James Massa. The day we could do there are so much noise in the country. It muddied them and
Why the noise over small Igbo village? Now, for some days now, I have realized that so many people are talking about a certain Igbo village. An Igbo village that is supposed to be built around Pram Pram. Many are angry. Many say there is a kingdom that is supposed to be built there. There is already a king, an Igbo king, who is supposed to be in that palace. And this is the man. My brother, my sister, this man here is supposed to be the Igbo King of Ghana. Chukwudi Ihenetu. My brother, my sister, and he is allegedly planning to build a whole Igbo kingdom, according to what is in the news and in some portions of the media. And for that matter, we can't allow such a thing to happen in our country. We are a sovereign nation. We are not an empire. Therefore, we will not encourage any kingship. We are not going to encourage any kingdom. And we won't allow any such thing to happen. Some people have even gone as far as to Palestine and Israel. That when they allowed something like this to happen, Israel came out of Palestine. And they don't want that to happen in Ghana. But what is the truth about it? Is it worth the noise? We have to be careful in Ghana that we don't become like some South Africans who are spoiling the name of South Africa. My brother, my sister, we all heard about xenophobic attacks in South Africa, where fellow black people were subjected to all forms of dehumanization. Burning black people, Zimbabweans, Nigerians, Ghanaians, and so on and so forth. In South Africa right now, almost every year, they have xenophobic attacks. Pakistanis are free. Indians are free. Americans are free. British people are free, except black people. In South Africa, to be a black man and not a native of South Africa, you are likely to be attacked in xenophobic attacks. They could shoot and kill you on the streets of Joburg, Soweto. They could set fire on you. My brother, my sister, I saw firsthand xenophobic attacks in South Africa. How did that happen? It's our land. These people are coming here to eat our food. They are coming here to take our jobs. They are coming here and they are taking the good things that should have been given to us. For that matter, we shall fight them and kill them. Some other people will say, oh, they are undocumented. We don't mind if they really come here with documents. They can do whatever they want to do. But as long as they are undocumented, we will take the laws into our own hands and deal with them. My brother, my sister, they have taken the work of the immigration. They now chase people. They are own black people, fellow black people, and kill them like rats on the streets of South Africa. Yet, they don't care if the Indian man is undocumented. They don't care if the British is undocumented, the American is undocumented. All they know is that as long as you are not black but white, you always follow the law and you are naturally documented even if you are not. Xenophobia. They hate their own. That is the foolishness happening in South Africa. The South African ambassador we had here a few years back, during these xenophobic attacks, you know what she said? She told us, listen, I will encourage Ghana to make its economy good enough to keep Ghanaians in the country. If the economy of Ghana was good, there was no way they would have gone to South Africa to even be attacked in xenophobic attacks. That was what she said. It was a shock treatment to our brains. She didn't address the xenophobia in South Africa. She was rather pointing blaming fingers at the country Ghana that its economy is poor. She reminded us that we needed to fix our economy. Africans are becoming strangers in their own African continent. Why is there the need for the AU, formerly called the OAU? If Africans cannot feel free in other African countries. Now let us get to this small Igbo village. Now Chukudi Eyineto decided to buy 50 acres of land, allegedly in Pram Pram, where he said that he was going to build an Igbo village. As to whoever came with the word kingdom, I don't know. He is building an Igbo village. What is that Igbo village going to be like? It will have a palace for him. As the Igbo King of Nigeria, Ghana version, he is a man who is supposed to respond to the laws of Ghana and also to his Igbo King in Nigeria. After all, no Igbo King can be crowned if he's legitimately not crowned by the superior Igbo King himself in Igbo land in Nigeria. This man has been having fights. Igbos in Ghana and even in Nigeria have been fighting him, saying that he's not authentic. But he claims he's authentic. And he has witnesses who come out every now and then to say, yes, he was actually, in fact, put there, ordained, in their own words, my brother, my sister, by the Igbo King at the time. May I make my point clearer? Hear this. He is building an Igbo village. And in this Igbo village, he's hoping that he will be able to have a palace where he would stay. In fact, he already has a certain palace right there at West Legon, thereabout. When you go there, it's a beautiful story building. He and his children live upstairs, and then the whole of the downstairs, he uses that as a palace, kind of, to have his Igbo meetings, and Igbo people come to see him. Many of us see Nigerians as criminals, 419 thieves. He has decided that he will do as much as he can to be able to clean out the bad name of Nigeria, at least with the Igbos. Any Igbo who is coming to Ghana now has a brother who he can go to learn about Ghana and how he can do his business. If he is in trouble, he will be the first contact because he has so much contacts in Ghana. After all, he's married to a Ghanaian woman. His wife is a Ghanaian. His children have Ghanaian and Igbo names. He's a man who loves Ghana and he wants to be in Ghana. His own Igbo people are fighting him in Ghana and outside Ghana. I've spoken with him several times. My brother, my sister, can I make a better point? Now this man here who calls himself Igbo King is building an Igbo village where they would have a farm and it will plant vegetable crops that are eaten in Igbo land traditionally. Even you want to build a cathedral and copy the Garden of Eden and plant all the trees that were planted in heaven. Now you want to plant that in Ghana. Nobody fought you. You went to Israel and picked up a whole stone to make it the foundation for the building of a certain cathedral. Nobody said anything about it, except that you were criminal-minded at the time of building that cathedral. This man says, I love my tradition. I'm in Ghana. I love Ghana. What I want to do is to be able to support Igbos who come into this country. To support every Nigerian who comes into this country. We shall have guest rooms where people can come and be. My brother, my sister. And when it's time for the Yam Festival, the Igbo people would also come out and celebrate Yam Festival in Ghana. My brother, my sister. Where did this man say he was building a kingdom? Do we build a kingdom on a 50-acre land? Or the fear is that after the 50 acres, they would expand and take over the whole area. So what are you saying to your chiefs who are stupid and drink only apetashi every morning, afternoon, evening? They are selling land to every idiot. Chinese people are crowned chiefs and sub-chiefs in this country. Nobody has said anything. You are fighting an Igbo man who is next door to you. What kind of xenophobic activity is this? I don't have a single problem with what this guy is doing. You go to America, we have Ghana villages there. Are you aware? If I want to take you deep into history, one of the earliest so-called Ghana villages, my brother, my sister, was built even before Ghana got known as Ghana. And today, when you go to that area, my brother, my sister, as a Ghanaian, you are welcome. In Guyana, we have Ghana villages. They even celebrate Ghana Day in Guyana to celebrate Ghana in a sovereign nation like Guyana. And it is an official holiday in Guyana. What is your problem? What is your problem? History illiterates. And people are going around making money. Some people even call me, you're not talking about your friend. You're not talking about your friend. Yeah, your friend. I didn't even know he was doing this. What has this small Igbo village of only 50 acres got to do with any harm to Ghana? Can somebody tell me this? So if I today, I go to Togo and I say, oh, because I'm an Ashanti man, I love my Ashanti culture. Of course, I subject to the laws of Togo. I want to build a small Ashanti village where we can eat fufu 24 hours a day, eat akrantie and abenkwai 24 hours a day, have a little garden where we can plant some of the various herbs and also vegetables that traditionally we love as Asantis. And that when Akwesidai comes, we will also celebrate it in Togo. When Ghanaians come, especially Ashantis, they can visit there and pay homage to this so-called king of Ashanti. What is the problem? So Ghanaians who don't have any work to do will come out and be making noise. Yes, and a Nigerian Abagana, and a Nkwasafo Amano, Quine say, on Brebe D. Kwasasawa, and Mungana, dear. Why a dear? We problem, dear. A small 50-acre Igbo village is what is going to bring Ebola back. Is that what is going to take all of us to hell? 50-acre Igbo village. Anything a munsuno. Munja is xenophobia no. Stop the xenophobia. I wasn't following this until 2 days ago when a brother said, oh, check this story out. And when I checked it out and went deep into it, this man will be shocked that I'm even talking about it. Because I haven't spoken to him. I don't need to speak with him. What problem is it? He's met with your president, John Dramani Mahama, in an entourage, and he introduced himself as the leader of the Igbos. You could call him the Igbo King, Igbo Chief, Igbo whatever. He met with him. They sat down and had a meeting with all his subjects following him. My brother, my sister, he met with President Kufuor and some other people. That is what a leader does. We call that networking. So that when the people start coming in, Igbo people start coming in, at least he would have been a man who had stood and built a strong Igbo culture in Ghana. There's nothing absolutely wrong with this. Don't we have Ghana villages in some countries? Don't we? Go to Kumasi, even the seat of the Asante King, there's Angunoga. Is it not for Igbes or Ewes? There are Zongos that are people from the north and some other Muslim communities from other parts of Africa meeting there, and they celebrate their festivals every now and then. Do you have a problem with that? Xenophobia. We can easily be misled to hate our very own, my brother. All because a few idiots have come out to propagate seeds of rancor and bitterness. But let history be told. This man is involved in so many philanthropic activities. Yes, philanthropic activities. He is a man who has never been known for any criminal activity in this country. If there's any, let me know. He's a very peaceful man. You understand? I don't know him too well to say that, oh, I trust him 100%. No! I met him a few times. The way he acted and the people around him, I believe that they have a good heart. That's my belief. He appeared in a music video that I shot, which I haven't brought out yet. And I decided to make it a whole Igbo culture. Because the song had roots in Nigeria. He came with his own entourage. They featured in that video. My brother, anywhere his culture is mentioned, he is there. Every national activity, this man is there to celebrate Ghana. If he didn't like Ghana, would he be marrying a Ghana wife? Or your problem is the 50-acre piece of land? Anyway, Sam George says, don't worry. There's nothing like that for any kingdom. Watch it. You see the word king? No king has any kingdom or land in the Ningo Pram constituency. Disregard any such claims. The ancient great Ningo kingdom is welcoming to all who visit us, but none is welcome to lay a claim to a kingdom here. Kingdom will be wrong. Why? Because we are now a republic. It's not a kingdom. That's why so many people are talking about the Ashanti kingdom. They say there's nothing like any kingdom in Ghana, but that's for another day. The overlord of Dagbon is not the king of Dagbon. He might be the king, but the word king is avoided in the use overlord. Rest assured, we are a hospitable people, but our hospitality cannot be taken for granted. Let calm prevail. some judge was forced to come out and tell you guys that, oh, Charlie, everything is okay, no problem. That's it. 50 acres. 50 acres. John Dumelo, his farm is even how many acres? Said, oh, he's going to have, in the 50 acres, he shall have some streets named after some Nigerian heroes. And why? You want him to name those small streets in his 50 acres after Agrada or after Obinim? It is his land. And he has decided that he's building an Igbo village on it. It's not a criminal village. Cultural integration. And how many streets, can you even call them streets, in a 50-acre land? They are just a few miniature streets that he wants to name. And he even mentioned some names of some prominent Igbo people. My brother, let's not be so parochial and regionalized in our thinking. It's much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing. When I went to Jamaica, there was a Ghana king. Over there, they call him the Ghana chief. I went to Montego Bay. They took me to a Ghana queen who prepared Ghana food for me to eat. Ghanaians meat. They are thinking about building something to honor Ghana. One day, if the Ghana chief says that, I've been in Jamaica for long, you know, I want to build a certain 50-acre plot of land and call it the Ghana village. You think the Jamaican government will say no? Jamaica would be most excited because their history is even linked to Ghana. You know that. How many of us Ghanaians come from the Igbos? Do you know your history? How many Ghanaians have their roots in Igbo land and Yoruba land and even Hausa land? Do you know that the Gombes are coming all the way from Banza Bakwai, Hausa? We can trace it even further into Arabia. But for now, how about the Eres? Do you know where they come from? Togi Agokoli. Jesus. Don't let us go into history. Let's love each other, my brother. Let's stop this xenophobic behavior and let our traditions thrive.
What is my Blakk Rasta Abeka? What is your take on this particular issue? Ubet material and comment section. I Penyah Blakk Media.